Hello, hello, hello. It is your boys, the DM podcast. Once again, here to deliver you guys some NBA content, especially during this NBA playoff time. Right now, as we're doing this podcast, it's like midway through the third quarter with the Phoenix Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go through every series and we talk for a long time. I'm gonna assume that by the time we're done the pod or we're closer to the end, this game will be done. So I think we can leave that series all the way to the end where we break down each other series. But before I continue, of course, I got my co-host YS. How's everything going?
You already know. Every day above ground.
Always, 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 always. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow on some of the socials, those guys sports and everything. Yeah. So we're gonna break down each one, each series. But before I think we break down each series, I will say my thoughts early on about the NBA playoffs. I think we were both very excited. I think a lot of people were very excited about this upcoming playoffs. Like everyone was pretty hyped about it. I think we're all thinking like, and I think I hate this feeling when I'm thinking games are gonna go 6 games, 7 games. Like I'm thinking it's gonna be really exciting. We're not seeing that right now. Minnesota's up 3-0. Hopefully, I'm hoping that the Suns win just for a competitive series, but they're up 3-0. Denver is up 3-1. OKC's up 3-0. The only one that which we'll talk about, is the Clippers and the Mavericks. And then in the Eastern Conference, a little bit more competitive, but still the Knicks are up 3-1. Boston's up 2-1. We'll see what happens tomorrow against the Miami Heat. You have Indiana's up 3-1 with a no Giannis and Dame. And then you have, I guess, a competitive series in the 4-5 matchup in the Cavaliers and Orlando. That's not even really been that competitive. It's if we're looking at the scores, it's been very lopsided for one of the other teams.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
think like this playoffs, it hasn't been as excited as I think I personally wanted it. I wanted a little bit more excitement, a little bit more closer series. We didn't get that. What are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of lopsided victories too. You know what I mean? I'm seeing 3-1s, like you said. It's like certain series are exciting. Like the Knicks, like you said, the Knicks Sixers, it's been an exciting series, it's 3-1. Right. But that's been an exciting series to watch. I cannot lie, entertaining. A lot of threes, a lot of up and down, nice pace, defense.
Right.
Right. But on paper, numbers wise, the best series is the series that I believe is the worst series to watch, which is the Cavs and the Magic. To me, that's the worst series. I haven't seen any games fully from just highlights, right? And yeah, I thought it'd be better. Like we expect, okay, Boston to do what they're doing to Miami, right? Miami's down, right? But everything else, I don't like the Pacers. I at least felt this was going to be a 2-2 series, right? So
Yeah. But with no Dame, no Giannis,
yeah,
it's kind of like it is what I think the injuries. I think we're all like,
sucks, sucks.
yeah, I don't think we expected this much injuries. I think we expected a little bit more health going in, but Jimmy, Zion, Dame, Giannis,
I
Kawhi,
know,
a lot of guys are out.
and that's the thing with this playoffs is the injuries. It's like the injuries is really affecting the quality of basketball being played, like the competitiveness. I shouldn't say the quality. My bad, but the competitiveness, right? So.
Which like almost thinks like, okay, Denver is looking like the best team that's like it's gonna win, right? And
Yeah.
Minnesota, which hopefully we'll get to probably near the end of the pod. Minnesota, like to me, is like the closest team, but there's just so much young teams, right? Like OKC has been pretty good. Indiana, mind you, still they don't have Damon Giannis, have been kind of good. Heck, the Knicks without Randall have still been very good, like very good, to the point that Philly's kind of
Three
disappointed.
one good.
Yeah,
Three
Brun
one good.
exactly. So it's just like, I don't know. I think I was expecting, I know who I want to win series, but I think I'm an NBA fan. I just want good, lengthy series that's gonna go 6 to 7 games. I like the back and forth. I like that Philly you mentioned, like The Philly New York, though New York is up 3-1, every game's been pretty close.
It's very interesting, yeah. Every game.
Like, I don't think a team has won. And probably, I think when Philly won, they probably won by 10. But other than that, like,
That's the
no one
biggest
has
margin of
really,
victory.
yeah.
If you're really taking the Lakers prior to yesterday's game, they lost by a total of 20 points for all
Hmm.
three losses,
Right,
right? So it wasn't like they're getting blown,
right.
right? That series has been exciting. I cannot lie. That series has been exciting to the Denver Lakers series. It's just Lakers go up 10 in the third,
And they
second quarter,
blow.
just get smoked.
And they blow it. Let's, do you want to start? We can go back and forth. Well, we can go back and
Okay.
forth. You want to start with the Lakers series?
Whatever's clever. We can since we're on the Lakers, start off with Lakers. Shout out LeBron James. You're 30 effing 9 years old. Shout out LeBron James.
I always say
Shout out LeBron
he's a
James.
top five player, but it's because of his age. We don't consider him,
I don't
man.
even care if you're taking PEDs. That's still impressive. I don't even care,
Yeah,
LeBron.
he's doing his thing. As we speak, just so I'll probably do this throughout the pod. It's 81-80 with about 3 minutes to go. 81-80 Minnesota.
For who?
Minnesota has the ball. Kyle
Oh
Anderson
shoot.
slow-mo. Conley Towns has the ball. I'm gonna play by play. It's like 3 seconds to go. Conley Towns gets kind of hacked, but then it looks like
London
it
plays
was an
still.
offensive
I like it.
foul. Offensive foul on Conley Towns. It looks, which
The
looks
thing with that, I like what the coach is doing. Rudy Gobert is in while they're playing small ball in Phoenix, and they're making
mhm.
them pay. They were like +7 on the boards, and this was halfway through the second quarter, +7. Jesus, Frank Vogel is gonna get cut. But that's another story. It's
I
another
think
story.
they're already talking about like the fact that he will, but I think a lot of it has to do with the team. Like sometimes I feel like
It, it
we blame
does.
coaches,
They
but
put him in a situation where it's like, hey, you better fucking perform with this roster. You got 3 All-Stars. Get
that's
us
why I
to
almost don't want that
time.
pressure. I think if I was a coach nowadays, I'd be like, "Oh, you're telling me to coach like star power or coach young guys? I'm gonna go coach the young guys.
100%.
Easier to coach, easier to deal with, just overall just easier. So I'd rather just deal with that.
100% beyond this.
I'd rather not deal with all that other stuff. Okay, Lakers series. Right now, Denver is up 3-1. They're up 3-1. The first game was, they won by pretty much 11. Then Nuggets
Shit.
won by 2 because the game winner. Nuggets won again by 7, and the Lakers win by like 8. Now we both said this series has been very competitive. I saw the total minutes. I'm not sure if you got a chance to see this. The total minutes overall that's been led by the Lakers is 121 minutes. The
They have
Denver
led. This
Nuggets
is the
have
121, right?
only, sorry?
It's 121, not 147 or some shit.
Did you see 147? I saw 121
Okay,
minutes they've been
it was
leading.
one something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Continue.
And then Denver has only been leading for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, 41 or 47 or some shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a crazy stat. More than double the Lakers have been leading in this series. And I don't know, I've watched pretty much all their games. I didn't watch, funny enough, I barely watched the yesterday game. But I watched every other game. And like, I think that's why I didn't want to watch it. Like, I think I saw the fact the Lakers were up like 12 at one point, and it was like going to
Yeah.
halftime. And I'm just like, man, Denver is, and they're literally what they say about Thanos. He's the inevitable. Like, Denver is the inevitable. They're coming back, right? So I almost don't believe when the Lakers are up because they've been up every game. They've looked pretty competent against this team every single game. But what are the
100%.
struggles that you've seen from the Lakers? Like, why is this not 2-2? Or why is Lakers not up 3-1?
They're not through one because there's two. I want to say two things. Two things. Listen carefully, audience. They'll be listening carefully. Austin and D'Lo.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
They showed up game 4. What happened? Lakers won the game. LeBron is gonna give you 25, 6, and 6 minimum, right? 80 is going to give you 28 and 12 and 3 blocks minimum.
And he gave you
He's gonna
20
give you that,
rebounds yesterday's game. Oh my goodness.
right? He had a 20-20 game yesterday, right?
Yep.
He's gonna give you that. Ryu is gonna do what Ryu does. You know what I mean? The other's gonna do what other does. Jackson A is gonna come in and give you energy, whatever. You know what I mean? They're gonna give you what they do. Reeves, you need to have that 15 plus a game. D'Lo, you're the starting guard. There should be no reason why you're having a goose egg in game 3. What the fuck is up with that? You serious?
Yeah.
LeBron gave you the ball in a highlight in the season, like, yeah, man, shoot that shit. Shoot it. Like, gave out you shoot that. Clearly, LeBron has confidence in you. Why don't you have that much confidence in yourself? That's my thing. So you showed up. Reeves showed up. Reeves chipped in what he had to do. That's how you're gonna win the game. You know what I mean? Because that the best defender to guard Joker is AD, and he's doing an okay job. But Joker got a triple double last game. Like they
Jokic
lost
is
though.
Jokic. Like, Jokic is Jokic.
You count victory, so you did your thing for victory, right? So that's how I feel. Like credit the Nuggets, timely shots. You know what I mean? Good defense, good possessions, great possessions. They don't really take bad shots. Everyone knows their role. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, and everyone's playing consistent for the most part. Like Murray is shaky with the shooting percentage. He doesn't have the best shooting percentage, but everyone's been pretty solid, right? Very solid. So,
Yeah. The way I look at it, me and you said it before. I said the Lakers will only go as far, like, as much as I think LeBron is a great player, he is still he's 40. Like the man's 40.
40.
He can't do what he was doing in the Miami days or the Cleveland Cavalier days. He just can't. He's not that player anymore. Anthony Davis is a really good player, but he's not someone that you're gonna say like take the ball and like lead us. Like he's just not that guy. Especially in the playoffs, he's not. That's not him. He's gonna give you the 20 and 20s, which he's been doing, the 20s and 15s. Like stop. Like this whole like it's been Jokic probably been the best player. Anthony Davis probably been like second best player. Like
Yeah,
like even the
literally.
third has been LeBron. It's literally like Jokic and the two guys have been. LeBron and Anthony have been really good this whole series. It's you hit the nail on the coffin. It's D'Lo. You can't have a 0 for 7
No,
in the playoffs. You can't do that. I'm sorry, like you can't do
no.
it. This is not a regular season game in December.
So, who do you think should be the third leading scorer consistent on LA?
It has to be D'Lo. I think
Has to
he.
be D'Lo, right? Exactly.
I think something we talk about like scoring. Some players are just more impactful. Like his scoring is more impactful. Reeves can give you 25, but D'Lo can give you like 14 points, but those are gonna be way more impactful because
Yeah.
he's gonna hit a timely three. He's
Yes, I
gonna
was
hit
literally saying.
a clutch shot. Like he has more ability to hit clutch shots. So that's why I think like D'Lo is needed. Like he should be the third guy. Even if Austin Reeves is scoring more points, sometimes it's not always about the
Yeah.
points, right? Like you go to Denver is a perfect example. Jokic, we both know Jokic can average 15 points, but that man is impactful as shit,
100%.
right? His
Very.
plus minus is crazy. But if you're D'Lo, a goose egg, 0 of 6, 0 of 7.
Because you're not doing anything really else to impact the game. Like his defense is not, you know what I mean? And he's not an elite rebounder like Josh Hart. That's another topic. That's another
Josh Hart is an elite rebound. That guy is crazy good.
I cannot believe it. And his over under was 10 and a half. And I just said, you know what, nah, I'm going to stay away from rebounds for Josh Hart. Should have picked it. Should have picked it.
Oh, there's a man we know. I won't name any names who bet and made like $400. Shouts out to that guy. A man we know,
Serious.
but I'll tell you like after pod that a
Okay.
person bet me 400.
Okay.
Like see, like when we look at Denver, right? When Aaron Gordon is like scoring points, his points are way more like impactful because he's hitting that timely layup or that timely dunk. Like him and KCP. Like I love
Yes, I was
KCP.
listening to KCP. That's another guy. Because KCP would have 12 points, and it's like you felt it.
Felt it. Felt it. That's why I think if I know Denver's that good, but if you just moved KCP into the Lakers, I truly think the Lakers would win this series because I think KCP is that like you would trust KCP. Would you? He plays defense.
I would,
He
yeah, I
shoots
would.
quality threes and timely threes. I trust him more than a lot of people.
I trust KCP, but the only player I would say you could put on the Lakers and the series would be changed is Rondo. That's how I feel.
Rondo would change. I always wonder like if because they beat the Nuggets like during the bubble, right? And Dwight Howard, I've never seen like Dwight Howard. Rui has actually sometimes plays pretty good defense on Jokic, and then like um what's his name? OG has played good defense on him as well. So I'm always so curious to see like but Dwight Howard played really good defense during the bubble on Jokic. He was physical. He didn't let Jokic do his thing, but Jokic just, like we said, Jokic is Jokic. And the man still scored 33, 14 and 14, 50% shooting. Like he's bananas. See, Michael Porter Jr., sometimes I always think if I was a coach, I'm always okay with one man going off. If Michael Porter Jr. goes off, it has no impact to me. It has no impact to me as a
So,
coach, if I'm a coach. He doesn't do anything
I mean, he
else.
did go off. He did go off last game, yeah. But it
It,
didn't. Yeah,
but
he
it
did
doesn't
go
do
off
anything
last
to me.
game.
He can score buckets. He can
Joker
get
went
buckets
off,
easier
and
than
he went off.
Jokic and Murray.
Yeah, because he's the third guy, so it's like you got to worry about these two. He's gonna have his looks. Plus, he's 6'10", 6'11", so it's like you're
Right,
gonna have looks.
right. It's KCP that's in the corner, and it's like, fuck, this guy just hit a fucking tying three. This guy's playing defense and getting the crowd riled up. Like
Getting
that's
steals,
the person I
deflecting.
don't want. And people don't remember when the Lakers won in the bubble, KCP was their best player.
Yeah, his was consistent, hitting timely shots, defending.
Right.
He's legit. That's why he has 2 rings.
Legit. He's a good player, man. I love KCP. And Denver overall is a good team. Like we both probably can say that Denver's
Yeah,
gonna win this series, right? Like no one's ever
yeah,
come down, no one's ever come back from a 3-0 series. Like no one has, right? So
yeah.
it will one day happen. I do believe one day it will happen. Just like one
One day.
day the college 16 beat the one. It happened. It took 50 plus years for it to happen, but it happened. I think one day it will happen. Um, but do you see tomorrow? You know, do you see the Lakers winning tomorrow? Or I'll ask these questions. What are the keys for the Lakers to win tomorrow to make this a 3-2 series?
The keys to make this a 3-2 series is D'Angelo fucking Russell, Austin fucking Reeves playing consistent fucking basketball.
That's it,
To
right?
me, those are the keys. Everyone else is going to do what they've been doing this whole series, but those two. Those are X factors. And
They
honorable
really
mention
are.
Honorable mention Ryu, just chipping with 10. That's it. Couple of boards, couple assists, cut, defense. Those are the keys. Those to me are the keys. Simple. Denver, they already got the key. They already got the ring last year. They got the key. Simple.
When D'Lo had 23 points in game two when they lost on the buzzer beater, um, he had 23 points in that, right? So you lost by three because D'Lo had 23 points. Anthony Davis still gave you 32 and 11. LeBron gave you 26, 12, and 6. It's D'Lo's performance. It's really D'Lo. That man has 20 plus points. It's a game.
Exactly. And that the
It's a
last
game.
second shot was the last second shot. Like it is what it is. You guys,
You
it
can't do
was
anything about
decisions
that.
at the end. It was a couple of decisions at the end, whatever. But the fact that D'Lo had 23 and see what happened, it came out of a game-winning shot. That could have went to overtime. You guys could have won the game
Right.
with execution, right? So D'Lo and Reeves,
Do you know who I want to
consistent.
see play better or just like play in general? I know he's playing, but I want to see him like Gabe Vincent.
Oh man, he's. I forgot he was on the Lakers at times because he's just been struggling. When I seen him hit
Right.
the 3 the other day, I'm like, thank you,
Like
thank you.
he was a guy that was we're thinking this guy when the Lakers signed him, like I wanted Gabe Vincent for the Raptors. When we lost Fred, I'm like, fuck, we need a point guard. So I'm like, okay, Gabe Vincent's still free. Let's get Gabe Vincent. This guy signed a
Yeah,
3 year, I think 30 mil with the Lakers, and I'm like, shit. How the Lakers get Gabe Vincent?
yeah.
Mind you, he hasn't done anything for them, so you almost think it's a
Injuries,
gift and a curse.
injuries too.
That's what you have to kind of say injuries too. But my final question about this series, because I think we can go longer, but we should not on this series. Um, who's winning tomorrow?
The team you have behind you.
I agree. It hurts me to say they're too
Yeah.
good.
At home too. It's like they're gonna look at let's close it out, get a fucking break. Yeah.
If D'Lo doesn't come out scoring a bunch of shots, if Anthony Davis doesn't have the game of his life, like I don't know. I don't know. The Denver's, and we talk. They hit timely shots. These two guys behind me are just so talented. Their pick and roll ability is just too good. I think if you make life uncomfortable for Murray, it can help you. If
I
you
agree.
make his life uncomfortable, that's why I kind of believe in the Minnesota a little bit. Is the one team that can like disrupt this team.
They really do have the defense, but we'll talk about that. We'll get into it. We'll get
We'll
into it.
talk about that. Okay, next series. Well, I want to get away from this series because I just there's nothing has been that exciting about this series. The Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland wins first game by 14. They win the second game by 10. Magic win by fucking 40. And then they win the next game by like 40, right? Yeah. The one thing the Magic has done, no matter even if Cleveland has won, the Cavs have never scored over 100 points in this series. First game was 97, second game was 96, then 83, 89 in the losses. So Orlando's defense is definitely showing up.
And
Definitely
that's and
showing up.
that's incredible for a young team like that to pride on defense. These guys are young guys. Should be all be in college still.
Right, right. But I don't know, this series it's really been crazy, but it's funny. The one thing I wanted to say, but last game didn't happen like that. When we were talking about the Spurs on our last pod, and the
Yeah.
one thing I said that the misconception of like everyone passing the ball and then it was so equal offense. When it comes playoff time, no such thing. That game that Orlando won, Paulo shot like 24 times. The other game, Franz shot 17 times. You need to be aggressive. Your two best players need to be aggressive. Always. They need to shoot 15
Always.
plus times, no hesitation. Doesn't matter. Always.
Always. Always. Always. I agree with that.
Right? So, what have you seen from this
That
series, if
series,
anything?
well, I see it like you said, being a defensive series. I see it as though Donovan Mitchell, this is your opportunity to prove who you really are as a player
Right.
because like that hat you're wearing, you went to the second round and that was it. You were just second round exit. You were like Blake Griffin and the Clippers, second round exit. Chris
Blake Griffin.
Paul, right? So you have to make that next step. That's how I feel. You got to lead your team that next step. Like right now, you're facing Orlando. No one really expect this to be 2-2 right now. I
Right.
didn't, right?
I
But
bet it be 2-2, but
it's
maybe
crazy.
closer. Not like this.
Yeah. Well, I give Orlando a lot of credit though.
I do
Shout out
too.
Orlando, shout out coaching staff. You know what I mean? Shout out Jalen Suggs. He's a pit bull.
Yeah, his defense is too real.
What?
Too real. So now they're going to Cleveland. I think I think this series may go 7 games. Honestly, just
Yeah,
because
home and home. Home series, I feel.
it is what it just looks like.
Which is good.
It looks like, but like Orlando and the way they play defense. Sorry, just to quickly, it's 95-94 Minnesota, fourth quarter, 10 minutes and like 30 seconds to go. Looks like, oh, as I say it, nope, they missed their shot. I don't know what's wrong with Phoenix, but okay. But
Looks like it's over
yeah,
in
I think
overtime.
Orlando can win the game 7 because of their defense.
Ooh,
Because of their
I
defense.
I want to say Cleveland in 7 games because of the experience.
This is true.
That's all.
This is
That's
true.
all.
I
But
don't know,
Cleveland don't
but
mean nothing like OKC and the Pelicans. That's another story.
sorry.
I'm saying the experience is what helps, but I
Yeah,
want to say the same thing about the Pelicans.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think like this Cleveland Magic one, we can move past. We can go. Let's talk about the Pelicans and Thunder one. Yeah, because the Cleveland Magic, I think it's going 7 no matter what. It seems like you said, home and home. I don't know. There's nothing we're getting from this series. Like I don't think we're learning anything from this series exactly. Shout out to like you said, shout out to Orlando though. First time you guys are there. They're gonna have cap space. People are talking about Malik Monk on this team, but they're more talking like Malik Monk as a starter. I don't think I want Malik Monk as a starter, right?
He'll
He's
still
not.
be.
You think so? It'd be good.
He need if he's gonna be started, there needs to be a leader there. Like I'm the
Yeah.
leader. I'm experienced. I know what's going on, so I can lead you and the team. If it's just him with the young guys, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna help his growth.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, speaking of young team, the Pelicans and the OKC Thunder. The Thunder are up 3-0. You had famously said that New Orleans, even though they lost game one at the time we did it, the Pelicans were probably gonna win the series. What happened?
What happened? I was a Gilbert Arenas take. That was a bad take. That was Rashad. That was Rashad McCann's take. Shot Rashad McCann's.
Yeah.
That's what that take was.
They go back and forth doing bad takes, like just back and
Oh
forth.
my God. It's like they just hey, your turn today. Okay, my turn. Your turn, my turn.
Yeah,
But
they just go back and forth. It's pretty bad.
I don't know what yeah. I thought I CJ had a bad game. Ingram, like, okay, but then Ingram's just not playing aggressive. JV's arguably their most consistent player on the team in this series. And JV, the most consistent player, that's not a bad thing, but you're not going to win the series that way. JV, the most consistent player. You know what I mean? CJ's taking ill-advised shots, right? He's not playing a good point guard. Well, they need a guard. They need a guard.
Yeah, I think it's clear as
They
day.
need to
They
put
need a
Hawkins
point guard.
on. He's young. I don't give a F. I don't give a F. Put him on. Let him get like I don't know what to say about the Pelicans. You know what I mean? Murphy is a good three-point shooter, but he's just taking just bad threes at times. You know what I
I
mean?
think they
OKC
can't
is
match with them
just
defensively. And then
OKC is getting better like every game. It's crazy. It's like they're playing
crazy.
better every game, right? Getting better, learning more about each other as a team every game. Chet is still getting better. Shea is still getting better. Williams is still getting better. You know what I mean? Who's
Like
the
I'm thinking they're
guy?
gonna get
Carson
out
on the
rebound.
bench. Wiggins.
Yeah.
Those guys are playing. Those guys are still getting better. Still. So
Like I thought like their rebounding was gonna be an issue. It really hasn't been that much of an issue.
mm,
Once again, I'm looking at game logs and I'm thinking to myself like Brandon Ingram, I know they're playing hard defense when he's passing the ball. He's trying to be more of a facilitator, and I get that. But once again, it's playoff time. You sometimes you gotta force it.
gotta be aggressive.
You
You
gotta
can't
be.
be too passive. Like pass enough, but not too much.
You talked about CJ. The man was 7 of 22. CJ shot 22 times. Why is CJ McCollum shooting 29 times? Like why? He should be a quality like. Okay, I'm gonna shoot 12 times a game. If I'm hot, I'm gonna keep going.
Thank you. 15 max. Like
Max.
having game logs, he's shooting 20 times, 24 times. You're the
I need
guard.
Ingram to go 25 times at least.
Thank you. That's the way it should be. He took 10 shots. Was it game two?
Yeah.
10 shots. What are you doing? And it was a good percentage, 5 for 10. Why'd you stop shooting?
I do think they like, and I'm not trying to be a homer. I just think they could play more through JV.
Well, at this point, might as well. He's the most consistent. So,
Like they
because it
can play
ain't
more
Herb
through
Jones,
him.
because he's a defender. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Pelicans should be have at least one win right now. Should be 2-1.
At least 2-1. At least 2-1. The fact like I give a lot of kudos to Shea for the simple fact that Shea and the Thunder that like I thought maybe the Pelicans were gonna win at least the game three at home. But it's like the Thunder, like they're so young, but they play with like the vet mentality. We see young teams, they F up, they mess up, they get kind of
Yeah,
lazy, they get
complacent.
relaxed, all that. This team is not lazy or relaxed. Right? Shouts out to their coach. He just won coach of the year. Mark
Yeah,
Dagnall.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
this team,
Seems
they
like a
just
humble guy too.
yeah, they just which team is surprising you the most? Minnesota or the Thunder?
Honestly, I'm gonna say Minnesota
Yeah.
because you know me. Any team Rudy Gobert is on in the playoffs is usually second round, first round struggle to get out. Right.
Right.
The fact that they're up 3-0, first time in franchise history, Rudy Gobert is being kept on while there's a small lineup and he's being effective. To me, this is what's surprising. But I'm surprised with Phoenix though too. Like you guys have three alls. I don't know. The coach, Vogel,
I
you're a nice
already
guy. Real talk. I met you, Vogel. I met you. You're a nice guy. Chop it up. You're definitely a nice guy, but you're not a good coach.
yeah, you know,
Like
I said my
you
piece
don't make any
about.
adjustments at all.
I said my piece about Phoenix. My prediction from early was that this team, I thought Phoenix would be number one overall seed and still get eliminated first round. I never believed in Phoenix ever. That was my bold prediction. Never believed in them. But yeah, even going back to the question, like OKC, I won't lie. I at least thought like, okay, Minnesota has Karl Anthony Towns. It has no matter what, it has Rudy Gobert, it has Carl Anderson, it has Kyle Anderson, it has like a bunch of veterans, you know, Mike Conley, like it has the
Yeah,
veteran leadership to help with the young guy in
yeah,
and Anthony Edwards. Where I'm thinking OKC, Shea and Dort were there for the bubble playoffs, and that was like 4 years ago.
yeah,
The fact that this
yeah.
team is so like, yeah, we're supposed to be here. We're supposed to be number one seed. No, you guys don't know that how good we are. Like they almost have this like sheer confidence in them that I just never
Yes.
thought that they would have. I would have never thought. Like they're shocking me how good they are.
They're playing with a lot of confidence, and you're not even hearing about Josh Giddey like that, and he's still there doing some shit. Hayward is there. I forget Hayward is there.
I totally forget that
He's
guy's
there.
there.
That's all I can say.
I totally forget. I can't wait for Anthony Davis to get traded for this team. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because if LeBron doesn't come back to LA, you know, they
He's
should
not going
trade
no
Anthony
small market.
Davis right now. His value is at his highest right now.
It is. It is.
So just trade him. Why? LeBron says I'm gone. Like I'm gonna go to Miami. I'm gonna go to back to
No,
Cleveland or wherever he chooses to say. This game's actually going back and forth, but it looks like a guy named Anthony Edwards is trying to take over, and that's what's crazy.
because he had a. Okay.
Think he's a 20 plus right now, but he's kind of going crazy. 7 minutes to go, 199 Minnesota. So it should be
Shoot,
a
it's like
closer
that.
game. But I
Okay.
think Bradley Beal's he's probably on his fifth foul because either he's fouled out or he's on his fifth foul. Oh no, they gave it to Devin Booker. He's on his fourth. So it's not
Oh
bad.
yeah, they want him. Okay, they want him in the game still. Okay.
Yeah, I want to make it a game. Like that's crazy. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Edwards
so
is doing the thing pounds there.
I right now, if you trade Anthony Davis, OKC has a bunch of draft picks. You could trade two first rounders alone. Like, and it probably wouldn't be there. It's probably some random one. OKC potentially has a lottery pick this season. They're the number one seed in the Western Conference, and they have a lottery pick.
Okay. You
Like,
know how
that's
crazy that is.
crazy. They have a lottery pick. So that's a whole other thing. So they can trade two draft picks. I'm trading Cason Wallace, who's like their rookie, who's a really good rookie.
Hmm.
Like a good player, but he's not gonna get any minutes on this team. Like sometimes you got to make these moves. And then Cason Wallace, if Lakers want Giddy, they can get Giddy. Get Wallace, you can get Giddy. You can get
Same.
but I can't trade Chet or Williams. I can't.
Hell
I
no.
need them.
Hell no.
I would need them to. But I'll give you almost everyone else. Whoever you need, I'll give you. But I got it for Anthony Davis. That's what if I'm OKC, I'm calling Lakers like, hey, LeBron's not coming back, give us him. And I say, why not? Imagine Anthony Davis as their center. I keep saying it. I'm manifesting it. Their center with Chet Holmgren, who's still a good defender, who's still blocking shots at an elite level as a rookie.
Twin Towers type shit.
Come on, man. With Shea just finishing games, and you're telling Anthony Davis, hey, you don't got to worry about scoring anymore. We have a guy named J Dub who's our like second lead. We have Chet Holmgren who's our third. We just need you to get rebound. Anthony Davis turns into what KG was for Boston.
AD will still score.
Come on,
He will still score though.
it'll be unfair. That team will be unfair. I'm
That'd be a
truly
nice
calling out.
squad.
So I think their next game is tomorrow. Do the Pelicans win, or is this a sweep?
Get that broom.
Get the broom. I want to. I'm probably coming from a biased point. I want series to be long. I don't like short series, so I'm hoping the Pelicans win. But
You can hope. I'm gonna tell you just what it is. I'm just telling you what it is. What it is like
you're
OKC is like, you know what? let's do this because everyone and their mom is saying OKC's not experienced. We don't have to do in the first round.
And watch OKC blow them out tomorrow too. Watch OKC just
If that
destroy
happens,
them.
that's crazy. Like there's still a bit of me that still thinks, Pelicans will get it done tomorrow. That's a little bit of me, but we'll see.
Their team, and that's why Woj said it. This offseason may be a crazy offseason because there's so much teams that have not they have cap space, but so much teams are going to the second apron and have to pay more taxes. And like a team like Phoenix is about to have to pay a crazy luxury bill because they're over the tax. You just signed three max players. You're over the tax. You don't have the money, but you don't have
Three
any
max
draft picks for
players
the
and you
next 10
can't
years.
trade deal. And you
Right.
can't trade deal because there's no trade clause.
Like
So then they're
think
gonna
about
trade
it.
KD.
Oh, you don't want to do that unless you want to reprise your assets again, but
You're not trading Booker. He's the most loyal.
right.
You can't trade that contract.
But the thing is you trade Booker because he's the one that can get you the most back.
He can, but I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's why you don't make these stupid trades where you're trading all your draft picks for like a player unless he's legit like top five at the current moment, like Giannis and all these players. You don't do that. You
This
don't
is
do
like
it.
Luca right now, 25 years old.
Yeah, like you just
Luka,
don't. You're doing it for KD. Like I don't know. Maybe
Joker.
I'm
Yeah,
crazy.
KD's 34.
You don't
Off
do all that.
ace MCL or Achilles.
Yeah, it's just a little bit premature. Okay, if we move on to the next series, we'll go Boston, Miami. What are your thoughts about this series?
This series is as expected. You know, we said 4-1 Boston.
Yeah,
Boston came out after Miami beat them. Tyler had a magnificent performance, 14 assists, 23 or 22 points, right? Headband hero, but headband hero disappeared.
he definitely disappeared.
These
Definitely
guys
disappeared.
got whooped. I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, I switched the TV.
I just want Boston fans to know, to be honest, you're lucky that Jimmy Butler's not in this series.
And Rozier, because if
And Rozier,
those
you're
guys in the
lucky.
series, this would be 2-2 right now.
Because
Well,
Miami, though
yeah,
that
2
they messed up last game,
2-1.
they have made the series a pretty close series. Like they made it pretty like they won game two without like anyone. So I'm gonna argue with myself to believe that like I think they may win tomorrow. I think it's a 2-2 series by the end of the day tomorrow.
I mean,
Right? It shouldn't be. Boston should kill them,
yeah,
right? But Derek White is like people have always been saying it all year that Derek White's like their second best player because when he's having a good game, that team just wins. The stats show when this guy's good, the team's on. Now
Derek,
Minnesota's up by 3. I don't know, man. I can't wait to talk about Phoenix. I can't wait to talk about Phoenix because I'll sorry. Once we finish Boston, I have a whole USA take that I want to share with you.
okay, okay.
But yeah, so with Boston, first of all, not only are you lucky there's no Jimmy, but what are you guys doing? What are you doing? You should have swept Miami. What are you doing? It's a mental thing now. This
Some
Miami thing is a mental thing because it doesn't make no sense. Why is Miami? Why is this even 2-1? This should be an easy 3-0. You're arguably the best team, one of the best teams of all time because of your point differential, your ability to score, your depth in your team, and y'all lost to who? Tyler Hero?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, man.
That's really all fucking year, like by far.
60 plus games and years of time. That's disappointing. I don't know. I don't know. Caleb Martin is killing you guys that much. Caleb Martin's really in your head, Jason Tatum, like that,
It's balling like the
right? But I then I think to myself, if they had Rozier, is it hurting them or helping them?
it's putting more pressure on Boston's defense, so I would say it's gonna help them. You know what I mean? Rozier's a willing passer,
Yes,
especially if Butler was there. So if both of them were there. I feel like Rozier would kind of be tunnel vision if there was no Butler. But if Butler was there, it'd be more of a balance.
I truly think if Butler was there, I almost like have no hesitation to believe Miami's winning that series.
Trust me.
They're winning it. Like there's nothing that would change my mind Oh, Bradley Beal is that Bradley Beal? No, so Koji. It's 105, 103 with 5 minutes to go. It's going to timeout. Minnesota is winning. But yeah, I don't know. I think we both the Miami series is it's a weird series because it shouldn't be very entertaining, but it's kind of
Shit
weird.
is
Okay, let me give you before we'll pause for a second before we get to our next series. I want to give you my take on this USA team. We talked about the Team USA, right? I have a few thoughts. So Kawhi is they already made the 12-man roster. Kawhi's
yeah,
on that team,
yeah,
and Embiid's on that team.
yes.
These guys are not healthy now. Why are they putting these guys on a team? They're not even going to go to the Olympics. It just doesn't make sense. They're not going.
Just names, yeah, because Eric White is there. He's not even playing.
The man's not playing now, so it doesn't make sense. Then we have. Then I thought about this. Where's Steph Curry right now? Where is he right now?
What, Punta Cana? Where is he?
He must be because he's not in the playoffs.
You know what I mean? Somewhere.
LeBron and AD, both of them on the USA team, they're about to get eliminated tomorrow by the two men behind them.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, as we speak, is about to get eliminated now. And even if he doesn't, he's going to get eliminated sometime this week.
Sometime, definitely.
So we talked about the starting unit was potentially Steph Curry, Kawhi, Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. That was your starting five. I'm going to say this nicely. I'm about to swear a little bit. These five guys are not in the fucking playoffs. And they're your starters for the USA team. I get nostalgia. I get who they are. I get it. We love these players. We like these players. Steph, LeBron. We've always wanted to see this. You know what? We'll see it in the All-Star game. I'm Canadian. Heck, I don't care who you guys put in. I hope you guys still lose. I want
Yeah,
Shea Murray,
yeah.
RJ Wiggins, Dort, Nemhart. I want all them to
Linux.
eat you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want that. But you're telling me your starting five are five guys that are not making past the first round. Stop it. And Jason Tatum has like he's shit. Who's gonna start over? So Jason Tatum starting or is Kawhi starting? You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. These are the things you have to think about. Because who you starting, Jason Tatum or Kawhi? If you're a coach on Team USA,
I'm starting fucking. I'm starting Kawhi over Tatum, right?
you're starting Kawhi over Tatum.
I'm starting. Yeah, yeah.
Kevin Durant or Tatum.
I'm picking Durant. Like he had more experience, rings.
That's why you're picking because the experience, right? Makes sense. Me too. I'm a coach. I'm thinking like, fuck, I
Shit.
gotta pick this guy. I gotta pick Kevin Durant. This is Kevin Durant, top 15 player of all time. I gotta always pick him. It's just the way the rules are of life, and none of them are making it to past the first round. Then you have Ant Man, you have
Yep.
Jason Tatum.
Yep.
These two guys should be the ones that you're putting the future on. Tyrese Halliburton. I don't care if Dame is in or not. Or Giannis, it doesn't matter. These guys are making it to the second round. And you're like, you know what? You guys wait till 2028. Because we need to make sure LeBron and
Especially
KD.
Ant Man. Yeah, 2020 LeBron should be out the league. KD should be out the league. Curry.
Yeah. So isn't it so my whole point is it's messed up. Well, my whole thing is that it's messed up. That's what they're about to do. Five guys who don't play.
Getting bounced. Boing, 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 boing.
So I just wanted to clear that thought. It just didn't make sense to me.
Man.
I argue think that Jason Tatum should just start no matter what. Oh, they tied the game. I don't know what happened. I think Kevin Durant must have
All
shot
right.
a three or something. So it's 107 with 4 minutes to go. Um, Anthony Edwards just hit a 3-point shot. It's 107. That guy is a problem. That guy's up, and this guy is about to beat Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I forgot to say
Booker
Devin
has
Booker too.
43, huh? Damn.
He's hit a three hit, and
Damn.
he just beat Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and yet he won't get a starting nod. It's gonna go to fucking Kawhi Leonard. That's crazy. That's a foul, but I'm not gonna call that.
Edwards has 31. Should have picked him.
So yeah, so I just wanted to say that. So the next series we can go to, I was just looking at a series.
These guys are getting out rebounded, by the way. The Suns by 12.
They're trash. Which one do you want to go to? Because these two are, I think these series are probably the fun ones. Dallas versus Clippers or Knicks and 76ers.
Let's go the Dallas one right now, and then we'll go to the.
Well, Dallas was down 30 and darn near tied the game. I think did they get the
Well, they took
lead?
the lead, I believe, by one.
That's crazy. Took the lead and like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like shouts out to Dallas. I like Dallas. Uh PJ Washington, we all told you not to date that girl. We all said it. But the way you stood on business, that
Stood on business
I
still.
like that. I like you very Terrence Mann was like, no, don't look at my team. The man said, what? What's up? I'm looking at the team. I don't care what you say. I rate that a lot. So it's a good team. Booker's getting hounded. I don't even lie. Okay, good. They called a foul on him. Like the Booker was getting hounded. That's only how they're gonna win. Minnesota's too good defense. He's gonna go attack them. But yeah, this series, the Dallas and Clippers, it's tied 2-2, which makes sense. I think we both predicted the series was gonna go 7 games. There's no Kawhi. There's no Kawhi, which like I was saying to a homie before that like it's a blessing that we won that title
Beyond.
because Kawhi hasn't played in like playoff series at all since it.
Yeah.
Like he's been in and out, I should say, very much
He
in and out,
hasn't played available all games in the series, yeah.
right? And we got him like every series we got him.
That Raptors one was crazy because he was playing and putting up numbers.
Yeah, so I give a lot of praise to the man above that this man was playing because that's why it must be really hard to win the title because clearly it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to look back and forth. I think they were trying to give the ball to Anthony Edwards. I think like they're stalling. Okay, air ball by Conley. I'm gonna also just do some play by play. We have Booker has the ball. Is it Eric Gordon?
Yeah,
Eric,
Eric.
yeah. He almost messed up. Do you know
That
who
was
this team
smoking like
misses a little bit? They miss they Phoenix got the ball stolen. They missed Grayson Allen
yeah, that's a role player they definitely miss.
because he was hitting shots for them. He was definitely hitting shots. 113, 111 with 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go.
Jeez.
What just
Minnesota's
happened
at
right now, sir? I just paused because something crazy just happened. Anthony Edwards had a dunk. I'm like the dunk was crazy.
Had a
He
dunk
hit
on
a
who?
dunk. He was like,
Who on
whoo,
Nurkic?
whoo, whoo. That's a
Damn,
dunk. That was a dunk.
damn.
That guy's he's a problem. So
He's next. He's now.
he's next. He's next for sure. He's next for sure. But speaking of next, kind of now is Luka Doncic. He's the last game he didn't play, or this game like today, he didn't play too crazy, but he said it like he let Kyrie down because Kyrie was going crazy today,
I was going nuts.
right? He was going crazy. How do you see the rest of the season like folding? Like, what are your takeaways from the series overall?
Oh, man, I expected better from Dallas overall, right? But Clippers just have three MVPs, former MVPs on the team. They got experience. It's just Clippers just showing their overall better team. Like Dallas got some good players. The addition of PJ Washington, Exum is playing better this season, right? He was up the league a couple of years, but aside from that, you know what I mean? It's Clippers, Westbrook off the bench, Norman Powell doing his thing, got Zubac playing big, PG utility guy playing elite defense as well. Like
Yeah.
Clippers are they're showing why like they're one of the better teams in the league, healthy too, and they don't even have Kawhi, but they're showing you why. Showing you why still. Can't lie.
I think Dallas is still gonna win this series, but I think it's one of those that's going to 7 regardless. Like it's just gonna go to 7, but I think Dallas will win.
In seven,
Yeah, I do think it's good.
it's
They're
looking
gonna
shaky
win
right now.
7. Yeah, I do think so. I think Luca is a difference maker overall. Luca's a difference maker and Kyrie's a difference maker. Mind you, you still got Paul George, James Harden. Like you said, Russell Westbrook can still do his thing. Norman Powell's a good 6 man. Terrence Mann's a good starter for them. But I just think like Luca and Kyrie could be too like if they beat them in LA, oh, they're gonna beat them in Dallas. So like it's gonna be a 6 game series. Like if it's almost better if the Clippers win because I think Dallas is gonna win the game 6 in Dallas, no matter what. They're winning game 6 in Dallas.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think but it's been a fun series. It's been fun. Been fun. But I think Paul George is not coming back. No, he's not coming back. He's going somewhere else. I predict Philly or Indiana.
He's going back to Indy.
Yeah. He's going to one of
He's
those
got a
two.
nice squad now, and he's the veteran over there now too. Jeez.
Yeah, I think so. I can see. Do you really think he'll come back? You're a big Paul George guy. You think he'll come back to this team with all this mess?
I kind of feel more Philly.
Me too.
Philly. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he's gonna go back to Pacerland, but kind of feel Philly for some reason now.
Well, we can even go then to the Philly series, right? Which has been very exciting. That Philly New York series. Uh, to talk about their cap space, they have like potentially $62 million in cap space.
Who the Knicks, right?
Yeah,
There's
this
no
coming
one
off
big
season
on the Knicks.
because their only max player is Embiid, and then Maxi's should be coming up. But other than that, they're fully like empty, so they have room.
Bias is already paid. Lowry's
Yeah, because
cheap.
Tobias is gone. Tobias is gone, and you're not gonna pay Tobias that Tobias money anymore,
Hell no.
right? So Paul George, you throw him. I think they can do like a 4 year, probably 180 mil.
I'll take that.
Now you have like that's a Paul George, Embiid, Maxi, and Paul George is technically your third.
Yeah, and then you got Lowry there just being that veteran.
Yeah, because I'm re-signing Kyle. If Kyle could come off the bench and be like a nice quality, like
That's
help Maxi and stuff, I think
that's all you
it's
need.
needed. He's
You
literally
need the
starting.
balance.
So, well, how you liking it? New York is your like second team besides Toronto. I didn't know they're gonna be like this.
Shout out the Knicks. Yo, they're playing one hard. Shout out the Tips.
Like, is
Like,
that what it is? Like, what is the keys to this? Like, why are they up 3-1?
there's there's a one word. Chemistry.
Very much so.
Chemistry.
Very much so.
Philly has chemistry, but you got chemistry going back to college years, right? Hart
College years in
is
Philly.
6'5", averaging 10 or 12 boards this series,
Yeah.
right? Brunson, he was pivoting on who was he pivoting on? Tobias Harris and put a shot over Tobias Harris. How is he doing that? Tobias Harris is 6'8". Brunson is maybe they list him at 6 foot. Brunson's 5'10". Right? He's getting shots off. Brunson is hitting shots. He got 10 assists today. I'm surprised. Right?
Yeah, I'm always surprised when Brunson has like a bunch of assists. So I'm thinking to myself, like, respect, how is this nigga passing the ball?
Yeah, this plus he's passing still. Harkenstein is hitting that little lefty floater consistently.
See,
Like
when you're
these
having
guys
your
are
big
playing
man
with
do stuff like
confidence.
that, it's nice.
Yeah, they're playing with confidence. Mitch Robinson wasn't even playing this game, I don't think. Right?
I think he's injured still. Because
So,
did you see the play that Embiid did on Robinson?
oh, to pulled him down. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good play still. That was good.
that's a like you should be suspended high key.
Low,
Oh,
yeah.
someone's hurt. I think it's a person. Oh yeah, it's a person that's hurt. Why is it think it's the coach that's hurt?
It's one of the coaching staff.
I think so because it's a gentleman that's not there. I think it's the coach. Mike Conley looks kind of pissed or something. I don't know. Yeah, it was the coach. It's the something happened to him. And the things I swear, like during the season, he he had like a health scare.
Sure.
So I don't know. That's kind of terrifying. I don't know what happened, but they'll probably show more. But yeah, so like New York is just a team. Precious Achua played some minutes. OG has been of
OG's
quality.
been consistent. Holy.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good. It's a good team. It's a good team. I'm trying to see on Twitter what happened to this guy. Wonder if I can also show you the play. I go like this. Can you? Oh no, this doesn't show.
I'm trying to see.
It doesn't show. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like this game. They're
It's not
six.
over.
They're down six with a
6 points,
minute.
right?
Oh, it looks like knee on knee
Oh
on the
shit.
coach. I don't know how that happened, but it was a knee on knee. Somebody got fouled. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it was a knee on knee. Someone. Yeah, your New York team. I can't wait for this New York and Indiana Pacers series. Of
Bro.
old Reggie Miller highlights.
Yep.
And you know I'm going for the
It's gonna be a
Pacers.
battle of the East. Like I like those type of battles, like the Philly, New York, the
Yeah.
Pacers, the Knicks. Hopefully that's what we get.
Yeah, I think
Some
we're getting
games.
Pacers. We're definitely getting Pacers. Knicks is beating Philly. I think Philly will win next game because I thought Philly was gonna win this game. Like, this is what I don't
Me
get.
too, because they were up the majority of the game, playing good basketball.
Doesn't make sense.
Embiid had like 10 and 5 and 3 in the first quarter.
Doesn't Philly should be like, am I crazy? This is why you're right. Chemistry and it's a pun, but Josh Hart has so much heart. This man is getting so much rebounds. They try harder than you. Dante DiVincenzo just is a good player. I
Had a
think the guy
nice
missed
cut
two
and
free
dunk
throws. It was
last
a
game.
bonus situation, and he missed two free throws. Oh my
Like Hart makes the right plays. Like he just wants to. You can tell like he wants to play to win. If I have
Yeah,
to shoot, I'll shoot. If I have to drive and push, if I have to kick, I'll do it. If I have to guard, dive for the ball. Like he just makes winning plays. Brunson knows his role. Vincenzo knows his role. Like
yeah,
it's like those three, they just know what to do, and then the other two is like, okay, I'm gonna follow their lead. They know what to do. The chemistry, whoever's on with three, it's different. It's different watching the nostalgia. John Starks on the sideline in Philly. Yeah, you know what I mean? Watching the Knicks.
yeah.
It's nostalgia. When they're
They-
at home, Spike Lee at the game, Ben Stiller, these guys, like it's the garden.
This is a bad question, and I know it. And I probably would hate myself just hearing this question. What would happen if Julius Randle was here?
Oh my God.
Like, I always feel like people always said that Tyler Hero would have hurt Miami Heat's run last year because he would have probably got more shots. It would just hurt the chemistry at the time. There would maybe not be no Caleb Martin run, things like that.
Can't even say that.
So I always wondered to myself, if Julius Randle was here, would it hurt them? Because he's getting 15 shots up. He's complaining on about most calls. He's stopping on defense, like he's doing that. So he's hurting the certain parts of the game. So I'm curious. I'm curious about the future of Julius Randle on this team. A minute to go, six. Carly Towns has the ball, I believe. Once again, I
Yeah,
think we need
it's in a
both sides.
minute. Yeah, 57 seconds. Yeah, up six. Oh, Ant-Man has 38, huh?
Yeah,
Damn.
and he was like all second quarter. The game is done, bro. They hit a shot, they missed it, and then Ant-Man just got the rebound. Ant-Man is triple teamed. Carlton Towns has the ball. Oh, don't do that. It's like 30 seconds to go, 6 minutes. Yeah, man, look at that third quarter was crazy for him.
He got like
This
15 in
team,
the
like
third.
I think winning like first of all, sweeping a team is like is crazy. First of all, we'll finish the Sixers and thing. Is Philly
Yeah,
winning again?
he's on over. Yeah. Is Philly winning again?
Or is
It's
it
3-1.
yeah, going to New
This
York?
this is at least to me minimum a 6 game
It
series.
has to be. Yeah, I agree. I think Philly will win next game. I agree. I agree. Okay, we might as well just move on to this Phoenix and Minnesota because it's about to be done in 30 seconds.
It's under 30 seconds. How much points? What's the score?
It's 119, 113, Minnesota. So I was gonna say like so it's like I was gonna say like you know sweeping a team I think is so hard, but when you sweep a team, it's like you were that much better than them,
Yes.
like that much, and then you went to their home. Like this is a must-win game, a must-win game.
For
You went to
Phoenix,
their
yeah.
home. Oh,
Like every possession should be put, it's the finals. when it's a must win.
And like
You know
like
what I mean?
you're losing. It Rudy Gobert switched with Karl Anthony Towns for offense defense. That's a crazy switch. Such a scoring big to such a defensive big, and you can just go, okay, we'll just take one, take another. Yo, Minnesota's gonna win a title in like 3 years, man. Honestly,
You feel that way in 3 years. Well,
if
Ant-Man is up next.
he's up next, I think like me and you both know, as long as you have that second guy, but who's the second guy, right?
Not
Someone
Town.
said that McDaniels, because he scored 25 points that one game, he's the he's
No,
the Scottie Pippen or something.
no,
Please
no.
don't do that. Like, come on, Scottie Pippen, don't do that.
After like, come on, McDaniels is quality, but come on, come on.
Right.
Like Pippen was a fucking all-star. Like, are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Are you
All
serious?
NBA third team type guy. Come
Like,
on.
are you serious? Pippen was at one point like top five defensive player in the NBA. Like he was guarding 1 to 5, 1 to 4 in the league those days. Like stop the shit.
Yeah, no, I think for them to, I think they have the formula. As long as Karl Anthony Towns is consistent, they're good. If he's saying, okay, I'm really gonna be, because I think he's, which I give a lot. Do you not think that Karl Anthony Towns has like taken a step back?
A little bit, yeah.
Like
A little.
he knows he's not the number one guy,
Hell no. And he should, and he, as he should.
right? That takes a
As he should.
lot. That takes a lot for you to be the number one guy in the city, for us to get this young rookie, Frank Brawl, like, hey, thank you so much, Carl. We're moving on to this guy.
It's tough, but that's where Towns is showing maturity, right? Showing that it's bigger than me. It's about the team, right? So
That's
you
what
got
I
to.
heard the issue was with like Damon and LaMarcus Aldridge,
Mm,
right? Because LaMarcus was the face of Portland on every
LA,
poster.
remember that? LA.
Yeah, the lead guy. He was the guy. And then Dame came, is hitting game winners, and it's like, who's this guy? Then he became the started becoming the face, and that like it's an ego thing, right? It's definitely an ego thing.
A lot of players are for them to mature.
See, Carlton Towns. So, like you saw, I had 38, 9 rebounds. Carlton had 28 points. That's a perfect number two. He scored points. McDaniels had 18. Played
And
good
you
defense.
went over on your over unders. Edwards did. Towns did. Conley definitely did on his assists.
Bradley Beal, the man you traded everybody for, had 9 fucking points.
Did okay. Check Bradley Beal stats real quick for the series. Has he? How many times he scored 15 plus points?
I can check the series.
Because
He's averaging 19 for the series.
he's averaging 19 in the series. Okay.
Anthony Edwards just had a breakaway dunk.
Wow.
Crazy. Crazy. He's averaging 19. Because he had 28 points the first game. No, not first game, third game. He had 15, then 14. Yeah, I remember Bradley Beal
Beal
had
had
a lot of
28 points
points.
last game, huh?
Yeah. I remember he had a lot of points because someone made a joke. I was listening to a podcast and they're like, Bradley Beal should not be your leading scorer. But look,
Okay.
Booker had darn near 50 points. Katie had 33. But
So
when
15, 14, 28. Okay.
but when you make your whole team two guys or three guys, it doesn't work. Grayson Allen, I think he's a free agent. I think so. He may not be.
Decent. That's a decent free agent.
Yeah, he should be good, man. Any team that can get him with that
Give him
40% shooting. Oh no. What am I saying? He was. They re-signed him to like a 4 year, 70 mil, which is that deal has helped like Masai Ujiri because when he calls Gary Trent Jr., he's like, hey, he got 4 years, 70 mil. I need you to get the same. I think Gary at one point wanted 100 mil, but that's not.
Oh shit. That's too much.
That's too much. You
That's
can't.
too much. That's way
The
too much.
beginning of like the other season, it could have been the case. I think Rudy Gobert, somebody fouled Nurkic. It was Nikhil Alexander Walker. I think he's from Scarborough.
He's
Nikhil.
on things, bro. Shay's not Shay's cousin, I should say.
Cousin, yeah. So I think he's from Scarborough. He's getting cheesed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See, he's a guy who he already signed his contract, but if he was a free agent this year, a team would pick him up and be like, "You're our like starting two guard."
Yeah, yeah, because what he's showing right now, it's
Right.
what he's showing in the playoffs. Teams look at you like, yo, it's like March Madness, right? It's like scouts looking like, yo,
This
because
person can
I,
ball
I I didn't expect him to be playing this good because he wasn't really getting that much time.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he
he got a little
wasn't.
time, little opportunities, hitting timely shots. Like his points are impactful. I'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah, they are. So it looks like Phoenix is done. We can just move on. They got swept. No matter what, the game is not done. But we can say they got swept
So this is the first team that got swept in NBA playoffs, right? This
this
year.
season. Yeah,
The
and
the
no other
super
team,
team.
only unless Pelicans get swept tomorrow.
I hope the Pelicans just win tomorrow, but they lose in general. But I hope they
Me
just
too.
win tomorrow, so the whole joke can be in the offseason. Phoenix, the only team that got swept with three superstars. I just hope.
That's why it's you don't do it. You don't do it. You don't mortgage your future. That
Yeah.
Ishbia guy, I forgot his first name. The owner. Come on, man. You don't do moves like that. But I think it
They
was
losing elimination game and Booker has 50, more or less. Wow. That would hurt me. I have 50 and we lost.
that's why certain things happen. That year, the 2021 year, the year that Milwaukee won it, that year to me is so like I don't know what word to use, but it's like borderline like fraudulent. Like, cause like the Bucks haven't done shit since that year. Let's look at the numbers. They haven't done shit. Phoenix hasn't really done shit since that happened.
I feel like the last couple championships in the league have been fraudulent. The bubble was fraudulent. Would you say the Raptors was fraudulent or no?
No, no, that was before bubble, right?
It was right. You're right. You're right. That was
That
before
was
bubble.
before bubble. I
Raptors
even
wasn't
think the
fraudulent.
Lakers one.
The Lakers and the Bucks were fraudulent. I don't give a
I
f what
think
anybody
more
says.
the Bucks and the Warriors one was
I
fraudulent.
was gonna say the Warriors because they won one after, right? That
Right.
was mad fraudulent.
Because everyone's saying like last year was real because there's no more COVID protocols, right? It was the more real one, and then these two guys behind me were fully healthy now
Yeah,
because the year Milwaukee won, Murray's not healthy. AD got hurt because that's why Phoenix made it all the way to the finals. Because they everyone knew that they would have made it. Like LA would have probably went back to back if
yeah,
AD doesn't get hurt. They're going back to back to the
yes,
final, let's just say.
yes.
And like it was different. That was the year like even Miami got swept. Like all the teams that went through the bubble to like the finals didn't do anything the following year because everyone was like tired or something. LA gets eliminated, Miami gets eliminated, all those teams. Only Boston was the only team that showed like any kind of consistency throughout that. But like look at the Warriors. Everyone says since the what 20 since 2019, right? They haven't made the playoffs 3 of the years. They won the one title in 2022. But other than that, what
They
did they
made
do?
they made the playoffs. They won the title of the year. They made playoffs.
Yeah, and that's it. They've been trash.
That's fraudulent still.
That's fraudulent. Okay, now it's official. Minnesota has won 122 to 116 against the Phoenix Suns. You trash Phoenix Suns. Even though I predicted this was going to happen, I never believed in you guys. Katie, you got swept.
He's not a leader. He just scores. He's not a leader.
You you've always been pretty tough on KD. I think I've been pretty tough on KD too. What are your thoughts? Like what like now that the game's done, Phoenix I'll because I know how you feel about KD as a whole. And this is gonna I've seen people already say, and I'll ask this while you kind of do your spiel, that Jokic is already above KD in historical who's the best players of all time. Jokic is already above him. He's about to win his third, probably gonna win another title. What do you think?
Jokic is definitely above KD. I don't care what anybody says. KD, what Slim Reaper, but yo, there has been countless guys in this league that can score and not lead. What sets you apart is being a leader, leading a team to a ring. KD will never, ever lead an NBA team to a title.
Yeah.
Lead a team. He'll be on the bus, like Charles said. Shout out to Barkley. He'll be on the bus. But number 15 behind you, he leads his team to win a ring.
Yeah.
Right? Not KD. KD's you're scoring. We win, we lose, I'm scoring.
Right.
I played good today. I had good efficiency. I scored. We didn't win. We lose the series. You're not a leader. You have to team up. You teamed up. You were in Brooklyn. Nothing happened. You teamed up in Phoenix first year. Nothing happened.
Right.
Sweep. You teamed up with guys with rings. We know the story,
Right.
right? It's like you have to be with guys that have won to win. That's how
You
I feel.
literally joined. You literally joined Golden State Warriors, and you know me. I'm a LeBron guy. You know I'm a LeBron guy. I always think you can't think like this, obviously, but like I'm gonna do it. If Katie didn't join the Warriors, LeBron at least has one more ring. At
Definitely,
least one more ring,
definitely.
right? Because them joining the Warriors, it was so like it's just fraudulent. It was fraudulent. Like those two titles. That's why
We
Steph
knew they
had
were
to
going to
win
win a
a
couple
title
of
by
rings.
himself.
We knew they
Steph
were going
had
to
to win
win.
a title by himself.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. You can't.
Yeah. So like it's just yeah, it's funny to me that like now you got swept. Like your Brooklyn run, everyone's like, oh well, his foot was too big. You know, they would have beat Milwaukee, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Right? Cool. I guess J.R. Smith realized the time on the clock in 2020 or 2018. Maybe things would have been different too. Like everyone can say something. Everyone can say something. But you joined this team at the peak of your powers and the peak of Steph's powers. Like that's what it is. And then Phoenix, you guys screwed up. You guys, it's one of the worst things that you guys have ever done. And we're gonna talk about Milwaukee in a second. And the thing with first years, right? First years never normally work out. Boston Celtics is an anomaly. Normally, the first year doesn't work out. The second, third years will work out for a team because they get more chemistry. They build around blah 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 blah. Do you see this Phoenix team getting better or beating the OKCs, the Minnesotas, the Denvers? Do you see that?
No.
So it doesn't matter anymore. It's not like, oh, next year they'll be much better. This no one believes in them, and no one's gonna believe in them. Their bench is only Grayson Allen. If they have to hope that Gordon is not is signed for next season.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
not, you're sus. You're gonna do a
A
bunch of
Koji is there. You have a Koji. You have
yeah
Eric Gordon, and you have Grayson Allen, and you have guys you don't play like Isaiah Thomas, who's not going to be back there, and Bobo
yeah. So their next year books,
and
okay,
Ebanks, right? And Ebanks.
their next year books. I don't know how they have Nasir Little next year, and he's like
Oh yeah, like your bench is so like ew, ew,
yeah, see,
ew.
Eric Gordon has a player option for next season. He's not taking it because I think he can get his final deal. He's 35. He can get like a good 3 years, maybe a 2 year, like 18 million, maybe, because he still hits quality threes. Maybe not. But I think Eric Gordon, like, he'll probably get a 2 year, like, even he got 2 year 10 mil, it's still more money than he's getting now.
Better than veterans minimum.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
He can just get that. So you have all these guys. You have where's Grayson Allen got signed, so he'll be there for the next season. Then you're done. Nurkic is 18 mil a year. Then you have three guys all next year making 50 mil. Then the following year, Katie's making 54 mil, Bradley Bill's making 53 mil, and so is Devin Booker. Come on.
what all guys making 50s?
50 plus.
Come on,
And you don't have any draft picks. So
just
you
get rid
can't
of
like you're
cutting
looking
Vogel and having the assistant is going to save you some cap space
like
already. So just have the assistant take over interim head coach. Period. Get rid of
like
Vogel.
it doesn't
Like
make sense. You've done all this
50
stuff.
million.
You heard
You
it.
have a. I'm gonna assume Phoenix for starting lineup has maybe the third or fourth highest payroll in the league to get swept. Your starting line has to get swept.
Yeah, I think this season is probably. I think Warriors could be number one, so I think they could be third
Okay, where's starting? Where's starting? Okay.
because of Wiggins and all those contracts.
Well, I hear you. For guys that have won rings together, multiple rings together, I hear you. So, Bielsa have no ring. Katie was just on the bus, right? Booker has been in Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix is third. I think you said third, right? Because it goes Phoenix, Clippers, then sorry, Golden State, Clippers, Phoenix.
Yeah. And two of those three teams, I'm repeating myself, did not. One got swept, one didn't make the playoffs.
Right?
But we're gonna give the one that made the playoffs. They have 4 rings, so okay.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So what a fail. What a fail. Like the thing is, so for Milwaukee and Indiana, which is our last series, that one, like we'll talk about Milwaukee. They're gonna get eliminated, right? But Dame didn't play and Giannis didn't play. But you can say, and they had a weird year, like a very weird year.
Young.
You can still say that if that this year we can go next year and still believe that Giannis and Dame will be a good team with a Chris Middleton. We can still generally say they'll be a quality team because Eastern Conference, Dame is still at a good age, still kind of elite at his skill. Giannis is still the second best player in the league. Giannis second best player in the league. We don't even talk about that guy anymore. Like we don't even
I
talk about
believe,
Giannis, and he's had
I
a better season
believe
he's ever had.
with with fucking Doc Rivers as the coach,
Yeah,
sinking the mother loving ship.
he himself should just say, you know what, I'm gone. He himself should just retire.
I agree with that. Just step down, like
Yeah, step
step
down.
down,
Yeah,
bow
step
out
down.
gracefully instead of get. Because you're telling me you're gonna run it back with Doc Rivers next season, and if you guys do not even get to the East Finals, you guys failed.
Exactly. Like we'll run it back next year. Like if I'm Milwaukee, you know what? Injuries, you can play it off.
Yeah,
There's no injuries
yeah,
in Phoenix. There's nothing. Everyone's healthy. You got
yeah.
eliminated by Anthony Edwards, Conley Towns, and Rudy Gobert. You're done. Like we're not talking about this anymore. Like, but you have no choice. You can't trade anyone. Like you're screwed for 10 years. Look at Brooklyn. They don't even know what to do right now because they traded all their picks from before. They still don't know what to do.
Just give the team to Cam Thomas.
Like,
That's all you
and
can
they
do.
don't want to do that. They don't want to trade Mikal Bridges. Like they don't want to do nothing. So it's like it's all screwed. Now the Minnesota and Indiana, sorry, Milwaukee and Indiana. Let's if we move on. What are you seeing anything from this series? Is it mainly Dame and Giannis are out? Like what are you seeing?
Well, I see Milwaukee winning one game, another game, right? But it's going to be what 4-2. That's what I
Yeah,
see.
I agree. I
India's
thought
going to win that
Milwaukee
game
will win
6
next game.
in Indiana,
Yeah,
right? And that's the series. The series is done, and I'm looking forward to the next series with the Pacers. And who's going to be
the Knicks.
the Knicks if they can? Yeah, that's going to be a very exciting series.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's easy that the Pacers are gonna win this series. I think it's pretty obvious. They're gonna win it just because there's no Dame, and it's just gonna be hard to win it. Um,
See if the Knicks could stop that pace that the Pacers play at, man. It's going
yeah,
to be
yeah. The Knicks can. The Knicks, you have to play on their pace. That's just how they are. You have to play on their pace, and everyone does. It's gonna be that one's gonna be a good series. I can't wait to preview that one. Pascal was double teamed throughout the whole game today.
as it should be.
Yeah, he was double teamed. That's why he didn't go crazy because he was just double teamed. And they did a pretty good job double teaming. But the one thing I'm gonna say one good thing about Doc Rivers.
He almost had a triple double though, still even on the double.
That's the crazy thing. He
Nine and
did.
seven.
Man, I love Pascal. You know that. The one thing I would say about Doc Rivers is that because they were a pretty close game throughout until the end.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers, when he has an undermanned team and doesn't have a lot of stars on the team, can lead a team to victory. He's done it before.
Which is wild.
He's better with no stars. He's way better with no stars. He's better with like guys you don't know about, and they can win games because I don't know if he's a better coach. I think because he relies so much on stars. Because he even says that when he was with Philly, he was like, it's Embiid and Harden show. But he doesn't let the whole team. But when he knows he doesn't have a star, he's like, it's like his X's and O's come a little bit better. He's like, okay, we're gonna play through here. Gallinari came in, was hitting some shots. The man doesn't even play minutes. He was hitting shots. Beasley was going crazy. Like a bunch of guys were doing their thing. Brook Lopez had 28 points. It was Brooklyn Nets, Brook Lopez. We don't see that ever.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Right. So, but the series is over. I think we're both anticipating the other series, the New York Knicks and Pacers. That'll be a nice series.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Boston,
even if we were to win and play against the Pacers, for example, I still would rather the Knicks against the Pacers. That historical
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? Oh man.
That's why it's gonna be fun. That series is gonna be fun. Very much so. So that's really it for all our previews. I think we did all the games. If I may go on a 1 minute Leaf rant, since I have the space, I hope I have the space. So the Leafs are down. Their next game is on Tuesday. The Toronto Maple Leafs. We're from Toronto. This is just how I feel currently. The Leafs are one of the most frustrating teams. And I was going to relate it to the Lakers. I thought Lakers were going to get swept, so I was going to relate both teams because they're the most popular teams in both leagues. Lakers and New York and the Knicks are tied, but the Leafs are the most popular team in the NHL, worth the most money, number one team, whatever, whatever. You have a star, like a fucking star in Austin Matthews, a guy who scored 69 points, close to 70 points, 70 goals this regular season. You have Mitch Marner, who's a
Which one?
young winger, talented. You have John Tavares, who's the captain, who is one of the best players of his own generation, a great center in his own right. You have all these talented. You have William Nylander, who you just signed to a $13 million contract. You have Morgan Riley. You have a good fucking squad. You have a good squad. You have a fan base that is craving for victories, and you cannot beat the Boston Bruins. Since I want to say 2013, in Game 7 when we were up and we lost in the final like
We're
seconds
up
of
what, 3-1 that series?
yeah, they were 3-1. They lost the game, like the whole thing. So now we're down in this series 3-1 to Brad. No, sorry, to the Boston Bruins, and like this is like levels of LeBronto shit. This is LeBronto shit because the Raptors couldn't beat LeBronto. Like they just couldn't beat LeBron. It's a mental thing. The Leafs are more talented overall. There's players that people rather have on the Leafs than they would ever want from Boston. Just more talented. We have Tavares, we have Marner, we have Nylander, and we have fucking Austin fucking Matthews. Okay, Austin Matthews. And for any NBA person who wants to know who Austin Matthews is, Austin Matthews is basically like if we talk about the way the NBA league is right now, he's basically like he's not Edwards. He's already kind of arrived. Right? Edwards is still like he's like I almost want to say he's Shea. Like I almost want to say he's Shea. So
Shit,
you know
that's
he's an MVP type player and all that stuff. And you have all these young guys. And the thing is, this is OKC's first year. The Leafs have been in the fucking playoffs for the past 2 years and have done shit. But it's Boston. They just can't beat Boston. There's a clear mental blockage that they don't have against Boston. And it's
yeah.
just it's crazy to see. We fired the head coach at one point. We have a new head coach. We've changed a few things. We've changed goalies a couple times. We brought a goalie back. All these things, and yet we cannot beat the Boston Bruins. There's something mentally that these guys have against us, from Chara days back in the day to now Brad, who's killing us, and it's just like whew. And their goalies, Samsonov is fucking 6-0 against us. Like,
Holy shit.
or Sam something, I think something like that. I don't even give a fuck. I don't care because I don't care for the Bruins. I don't care for Boston. That's why I never want Boston to ever win anything. I love Jason Tatum. I love Jaylen Brown, but I can give a fuck about Boston. That was my Leaf friend. They just make me so bad.
Can you imagine though they just come back from 3-1, they flip it around?
I hope so. It would make me feel so much better.
Oh my God.
I hope so. They have so much talent, and now they're saying, "Oh, William Nylander had a headache 2 games ago. Oh, Austin Matthews is sick." Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I guess we just have excuses then. So we're not gonna win then. You already said we have excuses. So what are we talking about? You already made a bunch of excuses, so we're not gonna win. Let's just and we're down 3-1 and we're going to Boston. Honestly, just fucking eliminate us. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. Just eliminate us. I don't want to
Come
deal
back.
with this.
Come back.
I can only hope so. I can only hope so. Boston is playing tougher than the Leafs. It's just, it's very infuriating.
Mental right now. It's mental.
But that was it. That was it for the pod. Anything else you want to talk about today?
I think we covered, it's playoff time, so I think we covered it. Until, next week. We'll see what happens. Who gets
Let's
eliminated?
see I think next week we'll probably do like a preview of second round because the second round should primarily be starting next week. So
It's gonna be hot.
we will see. We will see. Phoenix Suns get eliminated. I'll probably make this podcast called Phoenix Suns Eliminated or something like that because it just happened now. So we'll see. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow all social and all that other stuff. Make sure any comments for your Leaf fans, please comment as well. Raptor fans, we're eventually going to talk about the Raptors soon, but not right now. Playoffs is upon us, and it's much easier when you don't have to be sad that the Raptors lose a game one. So
Yeah, 20-win season again, man. Shit.
yeah,
Thought we were done with that.
it's we have to deal with it. Okay, peace.